Hey there, welcome to the video. Today I'm going to go through my top 10 KDP niches for this year. And it's going to be a lot of information jam-packed into one short video. So I don't have a lot of time to go through all 10 niches. So let's get straight to it. But before that, hey guys, my name is Jeff, and this channel is all about becoming self-sufficient when it comes to making money online. And right now we're talking about low and medium content publishing on Amazon KDP. So if this sounds interesting to you, feel free to hit that subscribe button so you can be notified whenever I release a new video. With that being said, let's get straight to it. Now, the purpose of this video is to show you my top 10 selling KDP niches, but the whole point is to really get you motivated and inspired to do more research and to find sub niches that you can enter that will have less competition, but still be profitable. And the way that I find my best-selling niches is actually a couple different ways. Now, the first way is the tried and true method, which is just to go to Amazon and look through their categories. So here I am under the books category, and within here, you can go ahead and see all these subcategories. So some of the best categories here to look for best-selling books would be something like here, children's books. So if we take a look, we can see here are the best sellers, and we can scroll down and you can see a lot of these best-selling books. For example, this ABC Learn to Write workbook. And then if you noticed within children's books, there are more subcategories. And so you can go through all of these and we can find more bestsellers this way. So some of the categories that I like looking into would be things like business and money, children's books, as well as comics and graphic novels, crafts, hobbies, and home, and self-help. Now, the next way is similar to going through Amazon's categories, but instead we use Publisher Rocket, because with Publisher Rocket, they have a category search feature where we can go ahead and just look at all the categories that Amazon has, but with a twist. So for example, if we look at children's books here and we go and check it out, we can see that here are all the categories that Amazon has. But along with that, if you notice, there are columns here. There's a sales to number 1 and a sales to number 10. So basically what this means is how many sales per day does a book need to have to get the number 1 ranking for this category, and the same thing for the number 10 ranking. So now what we can do is we can go through this category list and find a category that has less competition. So instead of looking through the broad category of children's books where we need 1,575 sales per day to get the number 1 ranking for this category, we can go and look at maybe something like this cut and assemble category that only needs 98 sales per day and only 2 sales per day to get the number 10 ranking. If we go ahead and click on this orange highlight, it will take us straight into Amazon where we can do more research. And the other way that I like looking for best-selling niches is by using BookBolt's cloud feature. It allows you to look for the top 100 bestsellers of a category. And if you can see here, it's categorized by notebook, journal, music sheets, calendar, planner, coloring book, activity book, puzzle book, comic book, guest book, logbook, tracker, and sketchbook. So we can go look through all of these categories and see the bestsellers. So let's go ahead and do coloring book. And so you can see it comes up with a list of the best selling books in this category categorized by the best sellers rank. So for example, this food and snacks coloring book has a BSR of 115. And the cool thing about BookBolt is it includes the estimated monthly sales. But in my experience, I haven't found that these numbers are as accurate as they could be. So I actually use a different calculator to calculate sales based off of BSR. So I like to use BookBird's sales calculator because it tends to give you a more accurate estimation, and it allows you to put in your book's specifications and see the estimated royalties. So as you can see, this one gives you an estimate of 17,880 sales per month, as opposed to BookBolt, which only gives you 800 as an estimated monthly sales. And then with BookBird, it actually gives you an estimated royalties based off of the specs that you put in. And this book itself is estimated at making almost $70,000 per month. And that's the great thing about this business model, is that you can go and create a book absolutely free, put it on Amazon and not pay a single cent, and it could be making you money month after month, year after year after year. And so what we're going to do is we're going to keep track of all this information on a spreadsheet for each one of these best-selling niches and see if we had a best-selling book in each of these niches, how much we would be making per month in pure profit. All right, so to start it off, we have our first niche, which is the dot-to-dot coloring book. These types of books allow the customer to basically draw lines from dot to dot to dot to finish an image. Now, if we take a look through this niche, we can see that a lot of these books have very, very low BSRs. And actually, this one right here has a bestsellers badge. So we can see that it has a 5,058 bestsellers rank with a price point of $7.99. It has 103 pages. So when I put that into the sales calculator, I get 43 sales per day, which is about 1,290 sales per month with a profit per book of $2.64. So that equates to $113 per day and $3,410 per month. Now, these dot-to-dot books are mainly aimed at children and kids. So if you're interested in doing this, I actually made a video on exactly how to create a dot-to-dot coloring book. So if you want to check it out, I'll leave the link down below in the description box, or you can click somewhere around this video. The next niche is the swear word coloring book. And these are mostly targeted towards women. So you'll see them using titles like sweary word coloring book, curse word coloring book, and so on and so forth. And basically, these types of books just have a pattern on the inside with a quote that the customer can go ahead and color in. So if we go ahead and take a look at some of these books, we can see just how low these BSRs are. We have one here at 201, 1,000, 3,000, 3,000. If we go to the next column, we have them still ranking very low, and they all look pretty much the same. And so if we go ahead and take this best-selling adult swear words coloring book with a bestsellers rank of 201 and a price point of $6.99. You'll notice that this book is a little cheaper than the dot to dot, but also has less pages. So the royalties are not actually that far off from the dot to dot book. So it profits $2.04 per book with a daily sales of 423, monthly sales of 12,750 units, daily royalties about $868 per day, equating to $26,061 per month in pure profits. Our next best-selling niche is the Would You Rather book for kids. This is a very simple book to make because the interior is just filled with a bunch of silly questions. If we take a scroll down the list here, we can see that these books have a very low BSR with the best-selling one at 272. So if we go and take a look at this one, we can see that the interior is actually very, very simple and is just comprised of questions. So for example, this one says, would you rather live in a kangaroo's pocket or have a pocket on your belly to keep a tiny kangaroo in? So as you can see, they're very silly questions and they're really for fun for kids. And so you could use your imagination to make this kind of book, or you can even use something like AI to get these type of questions. Now, if we take this bestsellers rank of 272 and plug it into our calculator, we can see on our spreadsheet that with a price point of $8.99 and 144 pages, the book makes about 351 sales per day, which is about 10,530 sales per month, with a profit per book of $2.82. That comes out to daily royalties of just under $1,000 at $988 per day, which equates to just under $30,000 at $29,652 of pure profit. The next best-selling niche is the math workbook. So these could be things like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division exercises. And if we go ahead and take a scroll through these books, we can see that the BSRs are relatively low. But the one that I want to focus on for this video is actually this one right here with the bestsellers badge. It is a Algebra Essentials Practice Workbook with answers. And as you can see, it has a 2,927 BSR, but what I want you to pay attention to is actually the price of $12.34. So if we take these numbers into our workbook, you can actually see that it's profiting at over $4 per book. So that's about 67 sales per day or 2,010 sales per month, with a daily royalty of $271 and a monthly royalty of $8,132. But I've actually seen this book rank as low as the 800s, which would actually bring the monthly royalties to over $20,000. Now, my next best-selling niche is the funny password book that is actually directed towards seniors. So as you can see by these book covers, you can tell why this is a funny password book. And if we scroll down, we can see some of the rankings here. And the reason that I included this in my list of top selling niches is because this book is so easy to make. And some of the rankings that I found here are just insane. For example, this book, which has a poorly designed cover, it's ranking in at 3,802. And if we go ahead and take a look inside, we can see that it's just a simple interior page that's been repeated over and over. So basically, for less than an hour of work, you can have a book uploaded onto Amazon KDP that has this kind of ranking. And this is why I love this business model. So if we go ahead and check our worksheet, we can see that it has a profit per book of $1.44 because it is priced a little bit lower at $5.99. This results in sales of 54 sales per day and a monthly sale of 1,620 units, which equals $77 a day in royalties or $2,339 per month in pure profits. The next best-selling niche is the activity book for seniors. Now, this is geared towards seniors and elderly with some kind of memory or cognitive decline. And so it can include activities like mazes, word searches, dot to dots, lots of different types of activities. And as we can see, we have one right here ranking at 374, 56,000, 72,000, 5,000. And so the BSRs on these books are actually very low. The one I want to look at is this stress relief memory activity book for seniors. And so it includes activities like word searches, crosswords, memory games, and things like that. And as you can see, it has a 5,544 BSR with a price point of $11.38. So if we take that to our spreadsheet, we can see that it has a profit per book of $4.48, which is about 40 sales per day and 1,200 sales per month, which equates to $179 per day and $5,380 per month in pure profits. The next niche is the learn to draw niche, and more specifically, learn to draw for kids. So as we scroll down, we can see that the BSRs are very, very low for a lot of these books on the first page. We have one here ranking at 281 and was just recently published as of November 18 of last year. So if we take a look at the inside of one of these books, we can see that it's just basically one image that's been cut up so that someone can learn how to draw it. And so the book would just be filled with a lot of different images. And this book specifically is of cute stuff, animals, foods, and other things like that. But if we go ahead and take this BSR into our worksheet, we can see that it has a profit per book of $4.34 with daily sales of 344 units, which is 10,320 sales per month. And that equates to $1,510 per day or $45,304 per month of pure profits. Now, my next best-selling niche is called the blank comic book niche. And the reason that I have this is because how easy it is to actually make this book. And if we scroll down, we can see the BSRs are actually very low for how simple this book is. And I want to show you exactly what I mean. So if we take a look at this book right here, we can see that the interior is really just a bunch of blank boxes. So you can make this type of interior in a very short amount of time. Now, if we check out this book right here with a bestsellers rank of 2,410, put it into our spreadsheet, we can see that it has a profit per book of $2.04, which is about 77 sales per day, which means that's 2,310 sales per month, with daily royalties of $157 per day and $4,721 per month in pure profits. Now, if you're interested in making your own blank comic book, go ahead and check the link down below in the description box because I made a full tutorial video on exactly how to do this. The next niche is the word search book. And the great thing about this niche is that there's a bunch of sub niches that you could dive into that you can find that has less competition but still has demand. So as we take a scroll through this page, we can see that all these BSRs are all very low. And the great thing about the word search itself is that it's very easy to create these types of puzzles and these types of books. So if we go ahead and look at this one right here, we can see that it has an 847 BSR. So if we go ahead and take that into our worksheet, we can see that it has a profit per book of $3.18, which equates to about 165 sales per day and 4,950 sales per month, with daily royalties of $594 per day and $15,721 per month in pure royalties. Now, I also made a video on how to do a word search book, so if you want to check it out, link is in the description. Last but not least is the handwriting practice book for kids niche. So these types of books are a way for kids to practice how to write letters, how to write numbers. And so you can trace these letters for these kids and basically practice and learn how to write. If we take a look-see around, we can see that there are books here that are ranking very, very low. We have books in the 9,000 and the 3,000. The one I want to look at is this Trace Letters Alphabet Handwriting Practice Workbook for Kids. It has a bestsellers badge with a 324 bestsellers rank, priced in at $5.99. So if we take this into our worksheet, we can see that it is the lowest priced book in our entire list with a profit per book of $1.44, but it doesn't matter because of that BSR of 324. It's bringing in 314 sales per day, 9,420 sales per month, which equates to $453 per day and $13,602 per month in pure profits. So you can see if we add this all up, that's about $5,210 per day in daily royalties and about $154,322 per month in monthly royalties. But why stop there? Let's go ahead and grab this number and plug it into a valuation tool to see how much this business is valued if we were actually making $154,000 per month. And as you can see, if we use a site like Empire Flippers that can actually sell KDP accounts, they value your business at over $6 million. And with that kind of money, we can go ahead and sell the business and go run off into the sunset. But of course, this is just for fun and games. But with that being said, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and hopefully you're able to implement it into your low and medium content publishing on Amazon KDP. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you never miss a new video. With that being said, thanks for watching. Bye for now.